Hey, remember when I said I don't normally do videos like these? Well, it's because I know that gear videos do well, but I also know that there's so many already out there that it almost seems pointless. So stay tuned for this, even though that monitor arm unboxing that I did get more hits than I normally get with any of the other stuff. This won't be as useful because everybody's got one of these things, and there's even more of these unboxing videos already out there. So I don't normally do videos like these, but it's either this or I do it all alone by myself right here. So I decided to put the new L-shape extension to use. If you did watch that monitor arm video, I kind of hinted that that was coming as well. So I've got the space, I've got the time, so why don't we unbox the thing I finally pulled the trigger on here, a DJI Mini 3 Pro. But one of the other reasons I didn't get one for the longest time is because I didn't know which one to get. I always go for the ones that aren't, you know, bottom of the line, but also usually can't afford the top of the line things. So I never knew, especially when it comes to DJI, I feel like they had quite a few offerings. But I looked at some of the stuff on the new Mini 3 Pro, and it seemed like a good halfway point, maybe not, a little more than halfway point, I guess is what I'm trying to say, obviously. So I pulled the trigger, finally, on a drone, and I looked at the DJI store. They were having a DJI day going on, which was, I think it's like a Prime Day thing, and their prices were, I think, $749 for this thing with the, you can see just that control. There's another remote that has like a screen built into it, but this one you can mount an iPhone onto or whatever to get your images back and all that. So I looked at Costco and they had this thing, which was the exact same thing with a bunch more batteries and I think the charger and this card. So for $839, maybe it was less than $100 more, so it was very much worth it. This being the drone. And like I said, the picture quality from what I was seeing, plenty fine for what I'm doing most of the time. I'm not making any movies, so to speak. Most of my client work, I can get away with the, not substandard, but again, slightly better than middle of the road bit rate. I think that's going to be the big, they surface it with sensors, I think. They talk about the size of the sensor and whatnot. This being the Mini 3 Pro, it's got some Pro bits to it that I think put it in league with some of their other stuff. I think that's going to be all of the pieces in the box here, so if not, we'll find out. So yeah, this had a slightly larger sensor than any of the stuff that came before it. It's obviously not, I think Mavic might have been the next step up. Got some spare propellers. This is also the very first drone I've ever owned, if you don't count those $20 ones from also Costco. Quick start guide. Safety guidelines. I haven't even looked up if this is like one of those ones I need to get a license for. Looks like we've got some wires for connecting. Some of them look like the same wire. A tool of some sort. I'm going to say silica. 2 silica. You always get the bundle with Costco. Again, far more useful versions of this video out there. if you want somebody that's actually maybe done a little bit more of the footwork. I'm guessing I'll end this video with maybe some footage that I shoot with it once I get it up and running, but this is not the place to come for an in-depth unboxing and review. Looks like the thumbsticks are built into the side here. This feels like it still needs some batteries, maybe? Feels kind of light. DJI, never one to scrimp. I recently got the DJI Ronin S, which is a gimbal camera stabilizer. And I had the first Ronin, I'm sorry, it's the, what is it called? The RS3 now, I think. And I had the Ronin S, the first one. And the Ronin S, the first one, was built like a tank. The thing was pure metal. It felt amazing. And then I got the RS3, which is the third version of that. That's where you would put your phone. And it's made mostly of plastic, which, while I was setting it up, I was slightly disappointed in until I realized, whoa, this is way lighter. So it wasn't a build quality issue. It was a smart design choice, actually. So this being made out of plastic, I'm not going to count that against anybody. I trust the architects, the product manufacturing process of DJI for the most part. It was a, iPhone lightning cable built in, so that's probably what these are, to connect different phones. That's probably to enable, a lot of times, the active track and some of the features that you have with the drone will actually be enabled through the screen usage, obviously, the cell phone. The drone, you say? Well, all right. There she is, as tiny as advertised. I'm scared to force it open. Again, never used any of these before. Oh, okay, feels like it's spring-loaded. It is spring-loaded. Okay, we're good. We're okay. Also spring-loaded? Spring-loaded, oh, on an axis. Okay. Very nice. So yeah, not quite as good as the Mavic, but hundreds of dollars cheaper than the Mavic. Remove before use. It has been removed, or are they referring to this little? Ah, yeah, I see. Okay, there's a little piece of foam behind it. Sticker and foam removed. And yeah, it came with a micro SD already, which I don't think the DJI package, maybe it did. I feel like, can you sell one without the memory already in it? One more sticker. Charge port maybe, SD card slot. All right. I don't think there's much more to it. There it is. I own and have unboxed a drone with 3 batteries, a charger, an SD card, extra propellers, and a tool. Ah yes, a screwdriver, as they call it. I'm going to keep the extra propellers in the bag, guys. Sorry, this is also an incomplete unboxing video, so. Thumbs up!
So I took it at a golden hour, which is honestly one of the most challenging times of day for any video capture. The setting sun will always cast some very nice looking colors, but will usually wreak havoc when it comes to artifacting or banding and stuff like that. So you might notice some of that. It obviously still looks pretty darn good. The other thing that I didn't do was set anything manually. So this is all auto, which again is another thing you really don't want to do with any camera that you're trying to capture brilliant images with. I have since purchased some neutral density filters, so I can now open it up and slow down the shutter speed just about as much as I want, bring the ISO down, and get much better looking footage. But for now, this is what I got. And honestly, it's not bad. I think this is going to work out great.